Okay, hopefully this is going to work out. I'm going to try to teach you the next lesson in math so that we don't get behind. It's going to be a lot like what we've been doing. We're going to use models and we're going to subtract fractions, except this time we're going to subtract mixed numbers from fractions. So you're going to see me look down a lot because I'm looking at the examples of the problems that are on the page, because I want to make sure I give you appropriate examples. So my first problem that I'm going to show you, we're going to use models just like we've been using. The first problem I'm going to show you is 1 1/3 minus 1/2. So I'm going to write that up right now. So 1 1/3 minus 1/2. And I'm going to make models for that. So I'm going to have you pause right now. So go ahead and pause this video and draw what you think the models would be for 1 1/3, which is a little different than what we've been doing. So think about how would you show 1 1/3, and then minus 1/2. And you can check it with what I do in just a minute. So pause the video right now. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put if I can find my tool here. I'm going to put my two squares. It's a lot easier to do when you have that little square tool like I have on this program. So I'm going to do 1 1/3. And for 1 1/3, I actually need more than one square, right? Because I have 1, and then I'm going to have an extra third. And then I'm also going to need to show 1/2 over here. So I need 1 1/3 and I need 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in the lines now. So this is 1 1/3. I need to still break it up into thirds. And you probably know that 1 1/3 is 4/3. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and break the whole thing into thirds. And then here's my 1. Oops. And 1/3. Okay. And then here's my 1/2, right? I'll do a half this way. Here's my 1/2. So I'm going to do it just like I normally do it. I'm going to take this line for the 1/2 and I'm going to put it over here also. So I'm ending up breaking these up into sixths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And I'm going to put my thirds lines over here as well. So this is also sixths. So if I look at this, I have 1 1/3. So here's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sixths plus 2 more. So 8 sixths. So that 1 1/3, we know it would be 4/3. It's also 8 sixths minus 1, 2, 3 sixths. Right? Simple after that. 8 sixths minus 3 sixths is 5 sixths. And that's it. The only part that's really a lot different, or a little bit different, is adding the extra square here to indicate the whole number. You've got to have 1 1/3, and still we're going to break those into thirds. And then and so this is my 1, and this is my 1/3. And then here, separate to divide it in half. So here's my half, and then make my lines both ways just like we've been doing. So I'm going to pause this right now because I have to go do after school duty for just a minute. And I will be back with you shortly. You won't even know because I'm going to start recording right after this. See, that was super fast, wasn't it? All right, let's do some more examples just to make sure you got the idea on this. All right, so my next example is going to be 1 1/5 minus 1/3. Okay, so 1 1/5 minus 1/3. Okay, so why don't you stop this video right now and take a minute and draw your model. Okay, so I have my squares and I'm going to draw in 1 1/5. So I need the 2 squares for that because I need the 1 square to represent the 1 and then another square to represent the 1/5. So I'm going to make these into fifths right now. Okay, and I'm going to now take this other square and do the 1/3. Okay, now I have this one hole, so all the fifths in this one. I'm just going to represent it that way, and then 1/5 over here, and then 1/3 over here. And I'm going to make my 1/3 lines. My 1/5 lines. Okay, so now I've changed this into this 1 and 1/5. These are all 25ths. I'm sorry, all 15ths. I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3, so they're 15ths. And so I have 15 15ths here, 16, 17, 18 15ths. And then on my third side, I have 1/3, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 15ths. So again, once you do that part, the math is really easy. 18 15ths minus 5 15ths is 13 15ths. Ah. Yeah, 13 15ths. I thought I did it wrong for a minute. All right, let's do another example. Okay, my next problem is 1 1/2 minus 1/3. So 1 1/2 minus 1/3. Okay, again, I'm going to tell you to pause the video here and draw your model, and then I will show you how I drew mine. So I'm actually going to change this problem because I read it incorrectly because I don't have my glasses on. So I'm going to erase this one up here and make it 2/3. So you can adjust your model if you've already drawn your model, which I hope you have. So I have my 2 squares because I need the 1 hole and the fraction. So this is, we got halves. So we have 1 hole and then 1/2. And then the other one we have 2/3. All right, then I'm going to make my thirds lines over here. And my half line. So I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each of my squares is broken up into sixths. And over here I have 6, 6 to make the 1, and then 3 more to make 9 sixths. 1, 2, 3, 4 sixths over here. 9 sixths minus 4 sixths is 5 sixths. All right, here's another example. 1 3/4 minus 4 fifths. So go ahead and write your problem. 1 3/4. Guess I'll write it in red this time. Minus 4 fifths. I'm still going to do my boxes in black. All right, so pause this video, take a minute, and draw your model. All right, so let's break this up. This is 1 3/4. So I'm going to have my 1 here. I'm going to break all of it up into fourths. So I have 1 3/4. So now I have 4 fifths. I'll go the other direction with fifths. There's my 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4/5. So I'm going to do fifths over here. And fourths over here. So now these are broken up into 20ths. 4 in a row and 5 rows. 4 times 5 is 20. So we've got 20 20ths here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 20ths here. So I have 20 and 15, which makes 35 20ths. Minus, here I have 4 rows of 4, so 16 20ths. Okay, so 35 20ths minus 16 20ths is 19 20ths. All right, let's do another example. All right, this is going to be the last example. If you're still having trouble, maybe if you rewind this video, I'll give you a link to go to this video. And then if you take this video back and take a look at it again and listen to the explanation, maybe you'll be able to do those problems. I think you're going to be able to do this pretty easily, so I'm not too worried about it. So let me look. I forgot my problem now. 1 and 4/9 minus 1/2. Okay, 1 and 4/9 minus 1/2. Okay, just like you've done before, go ahead and pause this video for a few seconds and draw your examples, draw your models. Okay, so I'm going to put out my squares for my 1, for my 4/9, for my 1/2. Okay, I'm going to make the lines for the 9ths and the line for the 1/2. Okay, so I have 9ths and 1/2s. Now I'm going to take those lines, put them on the other model. Okay, my lines aren't too straight this time, but I've got 18ths because I've got 9 sections and I split them in half to get 18. So I have 1 and 4/9. So I'm going to try to do this carefully. I have this whole one, which is the 1, and then let's see, it goes across to here to go to 4/9. And then I'm going to do one half. So you can probably count yours better than I can because mine's pretty messy. But I know I have 9. I know these are 9 sections, and I've cut them in half. So I know this is 9. So I'm going to make a little note. I have 18 18ths here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 18ths here. Put my 18. So this 1 and 4/9 is also 18 18ths and 8 18ths. So I have 26 18ths. And then on this side, I'm going to subtract 9 18ths. All right. So 26 18ths minus 9 18ths is 17 18ths. Check 17 and 9 is 26. Yeah, 17, 20, so 26 minus 9, 17 18ths. There's my answer. It's not much different than what we've been doing. The biggest difference is making sure that you put in a representation for that whole number. So it's got a whole number and a fractional number, and then a fraction over here. Okay? So hopefully this will help you. You'll be able to do today's work without any problem. Good luck.